Hey everyone! The final PTS for 7.1 is right around the corner, and I have been given an exclusive look at the final boss of the upcoming operation R-4 Anomaly, and was able to ask the developers at BioWare Austin some questions about the inspiration of its design. The final boss is named Lady Dominique, and we will be confronting her as part of the climax of the R-4 Anomaly operation. According to Charles Boyd, the creative director at BioWare Austin, Lady Dominique's design is meant to visually embody her goals and obsessions as a character. The group she leads, the Unmasked, was formed specifically to explore how a certain Sith Lord from the past achieved unimaginable power as the result of an advanced weapon technology. Dominique's sleek, inhumane design is visibly more advanced than any of her followers, reflecting her superiority and willingness to sacrifice anything, including her own body, to gain more power. The story is primarily a continuation of elements and characters introduced in the Doxon operation. It is not directly tied into 7.0 storyline, but explores some of the same themes of renegade Sith pursuing personal power at the expense of the empire they supposedly serve. Emily Henderson, the environment artist at BioWare Austin, explains, "The environment was inspired with an overall theme of space horror. Even though the operation begins with a loud crash landing, there is a noticeable lack of response. The mystery unfolds as players explore the many rooms built inside the asteroid. Much of these exploratory rooms were inspired by the layers of comic heroes and villains. Though it is clear that something destructive made its way through here, there is still no sign of life. Once players make it to the secret facility, a heavier theme of space horror is revealed. Walls, floors, and ceilings are covered in a mysterious substance that moves as if it were alive. Players will see a lot of tree growth similar to routes you would see overtaking exotic ruins. This final area took much inspiration from classic space horror movies." The boss room itself is probably the biggest inspiration for the mechanics in Lady Dominique's fight. We knew the mass shadow generator would dominate the room, and that it would be an important focal point for the story and the encounter, and that informed many of the mechanical decisions we made for the fight. When the players arrive, just in time, Lady Dominique is rushed to try and bring her schemes to fruition. Naturally, the players are here to stop her. The first few phases of the fight involve shutting down the energy regulators Dominique has linked to the mass shadow generator in an attempt to restore it to its full potential. During these phases, you'll see Dominique try to draw on the power of the superweapon to destroy the intruders. With a little help, the players might succeed in shutting down the immediate threat posed by the generator, but Dominique still has to be defeated, so the fight has only just begun. While we planned out what the room would look like, we latched onto the idea of there being some kind of scaffolding built around the mass shadow generator, a construction to aid the Unmasked in their experiment on the weapon. This kind of terrain has some obvious mechanical implications. With the limited space, it can be interesting to impose some area denial on the group And of course, dangerous scaffolding can lead to fall risk. It makes sense that Dominique's forces might cut corners when it comes to respecting safety codes, and players will probably come to know those fall risks quite well. We played with a number of different layouts for the area before landing on our final configuration, which makes the arena itself become an important threat in the battle. There are some other challenging mechanics based on Dominique shifting her abilities with the help of an ally, as well as a certain returning character from Duxon who will do their best to assist the players against them both. But to say any more would spoil the story. You can probably tell that there's quite a bit going on in this fight. It's worth mentioning that one of the things we've been putting a lot of emphasis on is readability, making sure that the mechanics are communicated clearly. The coolest mechanic in the world can be frustrating, even infuriating, if it's not clear what's going on. So we are putting some special focus on that area for this encounter. We are really looking forward to your PTS feedback on these efforts. One of the most important considerations in this fight is positional awareness, so you'll need to do a little bit of planning. Players should pay attention to where they and their group is in relation to Dominique, otherwise they may go flying off of a ledge. A bit of a spoiler, but in story mode we have a little bit of a buffer built in for knockback deaths. You'll be supplied with a jetpack that will save you from falling death periodically. A little organization will go a long way, since this fight has quite a few mechanics. But that was more than one tip. Sorry. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to not miss any of my future videos. If you are looking to try this operation, feel free to join my community Discord and look for the raid sign up channel. We run weekly operation groups on the Dovmalka server specifically designed for inexperienced players looking to get into operations for the first time. This is a friendly, laid-back and patient environment where game mechanics and tactics are explained in detail. Alternatively, you can find me on various social media found in the description down below, where you are welcome to contact me directly if you have any questions with regards to joining the ops groups. Bye!